Did you know that 1 in 4 Americans visit a fast food restaurant each day? Also, society spends over $110 billion annually on fast food. Coincidentally, children can recognize McDonald's before they can even speak. I am not a genius, but from these few realities alone, I can tell that there is a major issue here in the United States with citizenship in the food nation. I believe the best way for America and the rest of the world to make a healthy change begins within the home. I want you to consider your own home for a moment. How many of you can honestly say that you receive 5 or more home-cooked dinners each week? Or how many of you eat 5 or more fruit or vegetables each day? If you couldn't say yes to both of these questions, then ideally this speech will be beneficial for you. Ultimately, my purpose is to encourage and persuade you to get more actively involved in making a positive change in the community. I will begin by enlightening you on the Community Food Education Program, a food and citizenship initiative. We will then consider opposing viewpoints, and I will conclude by comparing the two and giving you the positive impact and benefits that it will have on society. Let's begin. The Community Food Education Program is a New York-based initiative that plans to improve the knowledge and skills of those in the community and to mend the food economy here in the United States, enhancing environmental and health-related issues. I'm sure you all know that one of America's major leading causes of death is obesity. Roughly 68% of Americans are overweight or obese. In the documentary film Super Size Me stated, obesity will surpass smoking as the leading cause of preventable death in America. Obesity is linked to many health-related illnesses and disabilities. A surgeon, General David Thatcher, stated, fast food is a major contributor to the obesity epidemic. This becomes evident when technically the French fry is the most eaten vegetable here in America. How pathetic is that? To make a change in human health, community food education is becoming active in the community through educational and skill-related workshops that put an emphasis on nutrition and help teach effective ways of cooking, gardening, and how to store food. Also, the consumption of fossil fuels is a tremendous issue here in America. They have become so dependent on it, not to mention it is a global warming issue. Therefore, they intend on educating people on the issue and helping them make small changes to reduce fossil fuel consumption. Through self-reliance and sustainable food systems, America can cut back hugely. In my opinion, there's a lot that can be done to make a difference. However, with everything there is an opposition. Some people believe that initiatives like Community Food Education Program are unrealistic, unimportant, and insignificant. As the American culture is based around the fast food industry, being one of the largest in the world. They believe that accessibility and promptness of fast food will always trump the slow food movement. Also, they believe that this issue of food citizenship is not a priority to the American government. They deal with more important political issues. However, that is when it becomes our responsibility to make a small change and to make our communities aware that this is a serious issue. Do we really want a generation of immobilized and morbid children? At the rate we're going, we're not only destroying our own bodies, but the environment that we live in. Think about this. If more people learn the basic skills of cooking, gardening, and food storage, how great would society become? Economically, we would save food on gas and food, and long-term on healthcare bills. Physically, people would become more healthier, as gardening is a great way to get active, and the food we consume would minimize the population of obese and overweight people, adding years to our life. Environmentally, we would cut down on fossil fuels as we would need less car usage, less excess and unnecessary food production, a major contributor to the fossil fuel expenditure, and overall people would become more socially interactive and emotionally. Their self-confidence is bound to improve. It is evident that the benefits outweigh the disadvantages. Thus, we need to start by making a small change in our homes. These changes will filter onto our children, giving them the knowledge and skills that will equip them better for the future. I hope after listening to my speech, you feel somewhat motivated to make a small change in your life and in the lives of those around you. I believe through our small efforts, we will start, we will be the start to a positive future for the well-being and surroundings of America. The citizenship in the food nation is not an issue to be taken lightly, and therefore it is important for everybody to show a livelihood and to become more actively involved in local initiative groups. If not, the least we can do is make a change and improve the nutrition conditions within our own home and teach our children the value of food. In conclusion, I want to leave you with a quote from Margaret Mead, a cultural anthropologist, who once said, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has." Everything that has happened in the world began by the efforts of a small group with the same vision and motive. So why not let this movement begin with you? Thanks.